Today, the first thing I will do is to brief the leaders about the situation of the dialogue between Kosovo and Belgrade. I will inform the last developments, the last contacts. The proposal is on the table. I've been calling the two leaders to come back to Brussels soon, in a couple of weeks, in order to definitely push for this proposal. And I will ask the leaders for a strong support in order to avoid any kind of escalation, and ask them to work seriously on this proposal, which is the only way to try to solve a normalized relationship between Kosovo and Serbia. We have been going from crisis to crisis. Now it's time to de-escalate and to work constructively. Secondly, on Ukraine, I will participate in a debate where, together with President Zelensky, the result will be, sure, more support for Ukraine, providing more arms, more military support, more financial support, in order to make Ukraine able to resist the Russia aggression. And finally, on migration. Fortress Europe is not a solution. Migration is as old as humanity. The problem is not to cut migration, but to manage it. To manage it in a human way, first of all. It's an important part of our external policy. More and more migration is at the core of our relation with a lot of countries around the world, our partners. And we have to work with them and tackle the root causes of migration and to make migration manage. We can ask people to take back the irregular migrants, but we have to offer lines of regular migration, because first, Europe needs migrants, and secondly, it is a way of dealing better with our partners around the world.
Devastation in Tier 3 are you going to comment about?
Yes, certainly the Council will take this issue into discussion. Yesterday I went to the Turkish embassy to express my condolences. It's a great tragedy, and the Europeans are fully mobilized, sending all rescue equipments, capacities, medical, to try to support Ukraine and Syria on this situation.
You said that migration is important for Europe. Will you say that to the leaders that think there is a migration crisis right now and then want to build a fence outside of the EU?
Well, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a migration crisis. Certainly, the number of migrants and asylum seekers is increasing on the Eastern Mediterranean, decreasing on the West Mediterranean and the Central Mediterranean. It's not a crisis. It's an increase in the number of people arriving. And this is something that responds to root causes. People move because on their countries there is not a future, there is no peace, there is no stability. So we have to take migration as an important part of our external policy. When we talk with our partners, we have to offer something on migration more than just take your people back. Take your people back, but offer them the possibility of open channels of regular migration. It's the best way of fighting against smuggling and avoiding people risking and losing their lives. Thank you.
Question about migration. Do you think it's wise to use EU money to build a fence in Bulgaria?
Well, look, borders have to be protected, but to protect the borders is not the only thing to do. Migration is an important part of our foreign policy, and we have to deal with the countries, origin, transit, going to the root causes, doing partnership, opening lines for regular migration. It's not just building walls.